Surviving over 40 years in the cut and thrust of football, you'd think Dennis Pagan would have wanted to take it easy. But instead, he jumped straight out of the footy frying pan and into the fire of the real estate game.
It was amazing how it all occurred. I was looking for something to go into. Still active, obviously doors had closed at football, made a few inquiries and that sort of stuff. Nothing was forthcoming, so my son, who's a very good real estate agent, probably one of the best listers and sellers in the area, said, "Dad, why don't you come into business with me?" We both got our full licence. It nearly killed me. It took probably 5.5 months, studying and with assignments and that sort of stuff.
And that partnership with son Ryan at Stockdale and Lego in Essendon has given the 64-year-old a new lease on life.
If someone had said to me 3 years ago, "You're running a real estate business," I would have said highly unlikely. I don't know if I can compare it with football. I was so obsessive about football and, I've played and coached for many, many years, I suppose, from when I was 10 years of age. But to have a good sale and to see a vendor, when you get a property sold at auction under the hammer, 30,000 over the reserve, you do get a bit of a kick.
But it's the role reversal for the father-son team that Pagan Senior struggles with sometimes.
He's very knowledgeable. He sort of imparts his knowledge. I've got to get better accepting knowledge from him, but that's just, I suppose, old habits die hard.
Oh, we have our moments, we have a few blues and that sort of stuff, but it's good fun. The only thing is, he's not the coach at the moment. He's only been in it for a year or so, so he's the pupil, and he doesn't adapt to that too well.
Riding the ups and downs of the property market, not too dissimilar to Pagan's pathway through league footy.
I started back with the Kangaroos. I reckon it was probably 1967. There were good blokes there in those days. It was completely different in those days. Very much a social time in VFL football in those days. Really enjoyed it. And myself and my wife made some very good lifetime friends. As a player, I think I was probably best described as an ordinary conveyance.
After 9 years at North Melbourne, he moved across town to South Melbourne for a further 2 seasons. Then came an offer from Yarraville in the old VFA that instigated one of the game's most decorated coaching careers.
Captain and coach VFA, there was some very tough players running around then, and it was really enjoyable. And, I don't care what anyone says, and I've heard David Parkin say this also. First 5 years you're coaching, all you're really doing is practising on the players, and learned so much in those early years, and, it held me in good stead. I did a pretty good apprenticeship.
1982 saw a return to Arden Street to take charge of the under-19s, where he led the Kangaroos to 5 flags over a 10-year reign.
Really gave me a chance to do something that I really loved. I couldn't play anymore, and to be able to, coach the under-19s was terrific. Carey, Archer, Stevens, Rock, Crocker, Scholl. Oh, look, there's a whole host of them. There's probably 80% of them came through the under-19s.
A solitary year as Essendon Reserves coach in 1992 also yielded a premiership, before a return to the Kangaroos for a well-deserved chance at the top job.
Just seems like yesterday, probably the 5th of March 1993 to get a phone call. So were you interested in having a chat about the senior coaching position? And just went from there. It just seems like a whirlwind. To think that you were involved for 10 years as a senior coach and had a bit of luck along the way. So stuff dreams are made of. People don't realise how tough it is to win a flag. We won 96 in, we were the best side in 98, got beaten by Adelaide. We weren't the best side in 99, and we won it. Such a fine line, I think back to 94. Gary Ablett mark after the siren. Who knows what would have happened if we had played in that grand final. I think we're probably equal to West Coast, but look, they're only opinions, and, opinions are like noses. Everyone's got one.
After nearly 30 years at North, Pagan made an ill-fated move to Carlton.
Wasn't a pleasant time. My days had probably finished at North Melbourne, and I got the impression it was time for me to move on. They certainly, made it look like that, but, there's no hard feelings on my part. That was life. Went to Carlton. From day one, it was just a nightmare to think that you lost your draft picks. You're fined heavily. they were nearly going to hand the keys back to the AFL. Senior playing group were told to take pay cuts. I had to get rid of so many players. From day one, it just didn't work out.
After 344 games at senior level, Pagan's coaching career came full circle in 2009 when he took charge of the Northern Knights in the TAC Cup. With those memorable days in footy now behind him, he's more than happy with life under the real estate hammer.
To think that you were so involved for so many years, and now, look, as I said earlier, I was obsessed with it. Now I really enjoy footy. I'm grateful for what it gave me, and hopefully I put something into the game as well. But I'm in this now, and I'm totally obsessed with real estate, and I want to get better at that.